Hey guys, how y'all getting on? Loco here, and today I'm bringing you the first part of a new series and playthrough I'm going to be doing on Hearts of Iron 4. Now, I've been wanting this game for quite some time, and I've actually been following it, as to me, it does have pretty much everything I want from a game. Now, we're going to talk about the game a little bit more, and basically in this video I'm going to show you some of the basics and tell you about what I'm going to be doing in this and what I'm hoping to actually achieve from this campaign and from this initial video. Now what I want to do is, when I started wanting this game, I originally got Hearts of Iron 3, which I played very briefly as I could not get my head around it at all. I'm very good with strategy games and grand strategy, but that game was just too complex for me. A lot of people play it, a lot of people love it, but I just couldn't get around it. Now with Hearts of Iron 4, they've actually simplified things a hell of a lot and made things look a lot better. Now, what I'm actually going to do in this video is I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the things. It's like a bit of an introduction. Now, disclaimer here, I'm not a pro at this game. I don't know everything. There's a lot of bits I don't know, so I'm going to give you a quick brief guide on what I do know, some of the basic things, and show you what's going to be going on. Now, what I decided to do in this first playthrough I'm doing is actually play as a country which I don't really see. I decided to play as New Zealand. Usually see people play as the big countries. Now we'll zoom out and see it's fucking huge, like United States, mainly Germany, United Kingdom, France, Soviet Union, Italy, and other countries, so on and so forth. Now, like I say, in this one, I am going to be as New Zealand. Just see how the war panned out for them, as this game does follow the path. It can follow the path historically, but you can make your own decisions and try and go down a different route throughout the game. And I want to see how it works out for New Zealand. Plus, I like playing in the corner, and kind of in a corner here. Australia's an ally of mine, so they're there. We really don't want to piss these off, they're a lot larger than us. To our north, France, which I think we're an ally with. I can't remember how to look at that, but we'll try and find out shortly. United Kingdom Islands. Obviously, if we stay in this alliance and historically as it goes, we're going to have a major problem soon to the north, which is going to be the Japanese. Especially if we do start doing some trade with the United States all the way over here. Oh, there, sorry. We could have a problem with convoys, etc., but we'll have to deal with that at a later time. Now, what we're going to look at the moment, there's numerous different things. It goes into a hell of a lot of details in this game. Now, first things first, we could do as research. Now, basically, you research your different weapons. Lots and lots of different things, to be fair, like your tanks, obviously your aircraft, things like that. Let me go back onto research. Also engineering, industry, air doctrine, aircraft, your naval doctrine, land doctrine. There's a ton of stuff you can actually go through researching. But what we're going to actually start off with, do we have that? We have that. It's researched. Support weapons. So we're going to start researching that as soon as we can. And at the moment we're going to go for motorized as well. So they're the two basic researches we're going to do. Now, I've got 3 civilian factories. Now, civilian factories, any factories in this game, are essential for the construction and development of your nation. Now, your military factories are going to do things like your production things, build your supplies, infantry weapons, your tanks, your no, not your naval ships, take that back, your aircraft, all those kind of things. You can build shipyards, which is going to be to help in terms of building your ships. That's what we've got at the moment. And then you can build civilian factories. Civilian factories are in the constructions which can build your factories for one thing. You know, dockyards, your refineries, rocket sites. Also your naval bases, your land forts, and your coastal forts. You can convert these things if you want. Ooh, I forgot. You can also build air bases, anti-air defences, radar stations later on, and build up infrastructure. Now, using a lot of civilian factories at the beginning of the game is going to help you later on. You can convert your factories if you need to at any time. It takes a bit of time to do that, so to speak, but you can actually do that if you need to. Now, resources can be a problem. Now, as you can see where I'm at the moment, I'm needing 2 steel, so I'm going to have to do some trade shortly, which I will get onto. We do actually have tungsten. Got surplus 3. Export 3 tungsten. Wait a minute. Out of tungsten, we have 3 left for export. Current exports, nothing. Tungsten is a rare material. Right, okay, so we can look. If you click steel, it tells you best for steel. chromium, rubber, all those kind of things. So it's easy self-explanatory. In fact, while we're actually on that, to basically do some trade, you just click on the nation itself. And what you can do then is assign the actual factories to the more facility. It's basically, the United States can export up to 723 units of steel. We can only trade up to 16 units. We have 73 convoys and require 13 for this trade. So that's convoy ships. Now, basically, you're trading civilian factory usage for the amount of stuff like steel, etc. you want to import. I believe that's right. So, that will leave for the time being. Low manpower. So, basically what it's saying is we have very low manpower. You can change that for your political screen. There's volunteer only. You can actually change this. To do this, you do need to have this, which is political power. Now, political power goes up 2 per day. I can't remember how you get that to go up, but you basically use this so you can change these doctrines, get political advisors, material designers, tank designers, chief of the army, tons of different things. Civilian economy, because at the moment, consumer good factories, 30% of my civilian factories will be used in creating consumer goods. So I am losing some factories in that sense, which I'll show you in a moment where those are. So I've got 3 civilian factories. At the moment, we have Build Construction 2, own 4, 2 using for export. We own 4 of those. In terms of military factories, we have 1 and 1 in use. Let's get rid of that in a moment. No national focus set. Now, this thing, I tend to use industry because you can upgrade the amount of factories used, the time it takes to do construction, and so on and so forth. So we are going to start with industrial effort, which is 50% research bonus for industry. Like I say, industry is what we're going to have a massive push on. And we're going to start the game moving in a moment. Now, as you can see, currently we have 3 divisions. 1 in the south of Rare. This division on the side at the moment. We need to create an army soon, which we'll do. Which will have a north and south army. Now, we do have an army here as well. Central Military District. Northern Military District. That should be southern. Yes, it is. These are at Wellington, and these are over at the capital of Auckland. Now, what I'm going to do... create a... we need a leader. So, Bernard Freyberg. We need some political points. We can't do that at the moment. So, we need to let that move along. Now, if you click actually on a region, province, so this is on the North Island. Basically, it tells you here, as you can see, how many slots. You've got 6 slots unlocked. So, maximum 25, urban region 6. So, at the moment, we have 4 for civilian, 1 for military factory, and 1 free to use. Now, in the south, we have 2 more free. So, at the moment, I only really want to use 1 military factory. I might have 2, not sure, but I do want to get more civilian factories going. So, build another one over there. Get 2 built. Now, you can see that's going to say they're going to be built in 1938. So, bloody 2 years. Jesus Christ. So, 2 years till they get done. But it'll speed up as soon as we get the doctrine moving along. Also, we can see recruitable population. Things like that. Also, you can see infrastructure level, air bases, air defences, radar. We do have an air base here. An air base. Get off that. Up here, which we do actually have some aircraft, naval bombers. What we're primarily going to focus on throughout this playthrough, playing as New Zealand, is our defence. Now, obviously later on we'll come to war. We're going to get in a position where we may need to help our allies, and we are hoping to look to do that. It's probably going to be, obviously, against the Japanese, so that is going to be a situation, but one we'll get into later. We're going to probably have an issue where we're going to have to defend our convoys, and if it comes to it, defend our actual homeland as well. So, what we'll do is we'll get started. Now, what I want to do as well is we've got industrial efforts going. Like I said, I'm no expert. If you guys have got some top tips or some advice, please do let me know in the comments below. Now, you can see our political party at the moment is Labour, which is 100% support, and we're a democratic nation at the moment. Ooh. Okay. Next election is November 1938. So a minute, we're just ticking over. Check our logistics. So as you can see with the equipment, at the moment we currently have a deficit of 1.38k units of infantry equipment, and that's our storage. We're not really knights game produced. So basically, we're at plus 5.5 deficit because of the equipment which we're using, which you can see here. We're producing 3.85 weapons per week. So we have one military factory assigned to that, which is using 2 steel, which we don't actually have. So we need to trade this. Wish we could do a trade. Should we leave it for now? Could do a trading, but I need these factories. It's going to take a while. So speed up the game a little bit more. Recruit and deploy is the area. I ain't really used these. I don't know what the crack is with these, but you can division designer. So you create new divisions. Basically, that's district force. Change what kind it is. Division equipment. So this is the kind of equipment they're going to get. Basic infantry equipment. Infantry equipment. Funnily enough, I've only just seen that button. So you can change what you have actually in it. You can add artillery, infantry, cavalry, armoured battalions, mobile battalions, support. You get support artillery, engineer companies, that kind of thing. Ooh, news. Mr. Ryan. German stationed troops in Rhineland territory close to the French border in clear violation of the Treaty of Versailles. Local population cheer the German soldiers on, while the diplomatic reaction from France and Britain have so far been muted. Worrying. Oh, national focus, industrial effort to complete. Does that change our time frame on construction? Does it? I don't think it does. Let's have a look. National focus set. Construction effort. 1 building available. We'll go for the construction effort. Takes 70 days to do that. Not enough building slots. Start that. Let's just crack that on. So while that's been done, the division belongs to an army but has no orders assigned. What are these guys doing? Ah, so he's assigned to an army. So what we can do with this is put them in there. So now there's two divisions in this army, which is the New Zealand Theatre 1. We can change the name of this as well, I believe. Settings. Yeah, change the name, reinforcement priority, all that jazz on that side. There's one thing I haven't actually done at the moment is let's get rid of this. I'll get rid of that. I don't know how to get rid of that. Is any kind of combat, so that's going to be something we'll have to look at soon. So we now actually have some political power, so we can put someone in command here. We'll put this guy in. He's now in command. We could do with someone in the command of the south, so we're going to create a new army. Our armies won't have that won't have any divisions, will be automatically removed. So we'll create a new commander here. No, cancel. So we need to new commander. William Armstrong. You can also promote them as well, which we don't need to do at this moment in time. Now, if we put these guys in exercise, so the army as well. Okay, I have 24 divisions. Basically, we increase our army experience, which will help us later on down the line when we are wanting to basically produce other things, like tanks. For example, we can't create tanks at the moment. No factory assigned for one thing. That's filled, but we don't actually have any. We can't assign to anything because we don't actually have any in the recruit deployment, which we need to division designer. We can't do that at the moment until we, I think, research it, if I'm correct in saying. So if we do, can't save any yet, but we don't need to create any armies at the moment. We'll get onto that at a later stage. So while the army is actually in division belongs to an army but has not current orders, stopping the exercise, we'll actually have these guys to garrison area. They'll garrison this area. They're all garrisoned the area. Okay, so this region is now being garrisoned. Attrition's in effect at the moment, just purely because the army is doing exercises, which should soon increase that. Which we're going to speed up the time quite a bit and wait for something else to go down. So at the moment, everything's as it should. Eventually the Japanese are going to get quite aggressive and go to war. Now what I want to have a look is check my construction. No, that's for trade. Construction, how long we got? 50%. It's still taking a while. Where's me 55 days. Democratic. Is there anything else we need to do? Not diplomacy. Research. Oh, research is on the way as well. Trade. To be fair, diplomacy. So, major countries. Allies. United Kingdom. Axis. No. Let's get rid of that. Axis is them. Allies. Yay! We're in the Allies. So we're cushy. Oh. Comintern. That's the communist, obviously, people. So we're not a major country, which is a shame. But allies. So our alliance is pretty good. We could do again. Now. Let's have a look. Part of our alliance. Improve relations. We'll improve their relations. Should we improve it? Yeah, let's improve it. Which Raj is puppet state of a foreign power. So that doesn't really matter, actually, to be fair. Anyway, so we are in the Allies, so that's how we're going to stay. Now, let's have a look at... we could do again some tanks. We've already got that researched. Tank 1, light tank 2. Should we research that? 185 days. That's actually a bit preemptive. What's that? Modify government. So we can modify the government, which we're going to do... We could do with manpower, so we'll do... Oh, no, trade. Trade. Focus on market. This will put factory output 15%. And I used it last time. It seemed quite beneficial. Let's see our construction time now. Keep on the button. It's gone up by a month. It's got close to us by a month, so it's getting better. Construction effort. Oh, what was that? 8th of May. We've got next factory. See, 17th September 1937 now. We're going to check our production. Total needed 1,000. We're getting better. What's this logistics-wise? The deficit's going down slightly. Plus 14. It's going to take a while for that to happen. Convoy-wise, we're strong with the convoys. National focus set. We'll go for construction level 2. Once for the factory, add one building slot to South Island. Start that. 70 days and that'll be done. Okay, so the factories at the moment, you can see civilian factories in use, 5 out of 5. They're doing their work. Military factory use 1. That's good for now. We're going to get naval dockyard sorted out so we can start getting some ships just for some more, basically, defence, which is going to be essential. Now, manpower at the moment is 3.64k. National unity, base 70% weekly change, nothing. I don't really know what this thing is. Actually represents the willingness of the people at the top of the school war to the finish. The higher the value is, the longer they will fight on before considering surrender. Fuck surrender. Okay, these guys, that's increased to 4. Let's get up to 5. I think I need 5 to get tanks going. Once that's done, we'll let these guys actually rest. But exercise for quite a while. Slow it down when we get some research. So, motorized. Sweet. Can't get that yet. The technology is 4.48 years ahead of time, so we can't really... You get a penalty. I can't really be asked with penalties at the moment, so... Support battalions, engineer company. I haven't really looked at these as of yet. Armour is good. Armour's being researched anyway. Artillery. Oh, anti-air. Interwar effects from small attack. Should we get some construction? British efficiency cap plus 5%. Let's research that. Let's get some construction done as well, some military equipment. We can later increase the amount of research positions we have through this. Which I believe it's down extra research slot and that one, which I only got that one before. I couldn't get that one for some reason. Lots of different things on this page which can be very, very useful. Large world tension has been generated by German Reich. 1.6%. We don't want no bloody tension from them guys. Let's speed up time. Are we up to 5 yet? No, we're not. 0.56 daily. Oh, pause. Let's go. Bloody going off then. Yes, 5. We need that later for tanks, which we're going to save. Now, these guys can stop doing exercises and chill the hell out. Okay. Skill 1. Skill 2. Attack 10%, defense 2%. Okay, so the higher the skill number. Right, okay. District Force. Division belongs to an army but has no orders assigned. Do they not? Ah, no, they haven't. Okay, so we'll get them to garrison this region as well. So now they've got something to do. Okay, so at the moment, everything's going cush-do. Naval invasion order, paratroop order, frontline attack, offensive line. Or frontline, offensive line, garrison. Division assignment route. Edit mode. Delete order. That should have an order. Do I need to do that as well? They have got an order, but it's not really working. Harness. A lot of information about the troops there, which is good. Weapons 215. Division manpower. Division manpower contains 6,000 troops. Our soldiers die, they receive reinforcements of the country's manpower pool. Sweet. Didn't know I'd find that information there. So you kind of get an idea of how big the divisions are, etc. So if I have 215 equipment, that's pretty poor. Thinking about it like that. Deficit's not really going down. Speed up a bit more. So have construction. And see. Right, let's have a look. So that's going to be done in a year's time. Let's come back down again. Only use. Civilian factories 5. Oh, okay. Spanish Civil War's kicked out. Let's move Spain. Okay, so leave them to that. That's nothing to do with us at all. So that's going to be fine. Music's pretty cool in the background as well. Don't know if I've got a copyright strike for that, but we'll see. If I do, I do. Okay, so let's have a look. Everything's going as it needs to. The games of the 11th Olympiad. Crew deployment. Oh, motorized divisions. So we can. No, don't train. Edit. Construction thing. So we'll change that in a moment. Combat. Oh no, we need 25. You select cavalry currently with that. That's good. We can get some tanks there. Need 25, not bloody 5. Okay, what do we need? What's that done? What's that done? Infrastructure. As one infrastructure to North Island and South Island. That's going to be good. A country without proper infrastructure cannot pursue advanced projects of our construction. Effects. That's one infrastructure. Let's do that. Let's check our construction time now. 3 factories are there. Come on. Another year and we've cracked it. We've got 2 more factories. Basic tools. I don't know. No. Let's get another research in that kind of field. 10%. It's not mutually inclusive with this. Factory output 10%, production efficiency. Or bomb vulnerability. That'd be good. I don't think we're gonna get bombed. So factory output 10%, max factory percent plus 20%. But as well as that, we get factory bomb vulnerability minus 10%, production efficient retention 10%. Huh. So let's go for that. Yeah, that seems like it's going to be the best solution. Okay, so we need to go for trade because let's have a look what's happening. We're not doing bad. Is deficit even going down? We'll crack on with that soon. So 3 factors being used for that. God damn it. Trading goods, not using any of that kind of stuff yet. Trade, we don't want to use that. And let's move along. We'll probably get some army on exercises once again. Give these guys something to do. Redeploy them to the south. Just flying around. Infrastructure effort has increased. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so national focus. This is when we could go to rocket effort or construction effort 3. That's what we want to get. That's going to be 70 days once again. It's all about the construction. We need, well, it is for me personally. It's what I've established that we need to do. Manpower at the moment's not too bad, so there's no shortage there. Our experience is going up. We're looking good. We're looking on form. Closer getting to this date, which we need. We do need to get these factors up. Oh, light tank done. Slow that down. Light tank level 2. We can't really get these yet. Heavy tank. Should we get heavy tank? Tank destroyer. Let's just... No. We'll leave it with light tanks for now. Anti-air could be useful. Potentially in the future. Right, okay, so we'll change some of this stuff. Should we have political advisor? Smile, jolly opinions, 20%. Civilian to military factory conversion cost. Daily democracy support. We could do that. No, not fascism, communist. Oh, shit. Partisans, with that later on. Let's get democracy going. Why not? Okay, so far, so good. I'm not sure how long I've been doing this video either. But what I'm actually going to do is I probably will... no, in fact I won't end the video there. I'll keep the video going for a bit longer. No, 15 minutes or so. Not sure how long it's been. Okay, so speed it up a bit more. I'm still doing exercises. Oh, let's have a look at this. Current fighting strength 37%. Organisation, current fighting strength 37%. 255. One current manpower, 6,000. Frost current weight of equipment to be produced and delivered. Project of infantry equipment. Total attrition 6%. That's not looking too cracking, if I'm honest. Construction effort 3, yay! Let's reduce that. And these guys can stop exercising. Stay where they are. So, let's have a construction. Ooh. Yes, civilian factories is looking good. And we'll have that to that. So, 1937 in June. Sweet. We'll have a lot more factories. We'll get some trade going in and get some steel. Then we can start doing some building. What's the infrastructure here? 7 out of 10. 6 out. That's sweet as fuck. Got another slot there we can use. No, we've got 2 slots being built there. So that's good. We'll probably use this slot for naval. I'll leave that there. In fact, yes, I need to end the video there, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and found this video useful. If you do want the series to continue and enjoying it, do let me know in the comments below. Give the video a like. Let me know your tips, advice below, what you think of the game, and what you think of it compared to Hearts of Iron 3 if you've played that. and I'll see you guys on the next one.